Hey, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and DGM freaks? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. Is everything sounding good? Checking the sound. Let me know in the chat if everything's looking good and sounding good. Hope you guys are feeling good today. Welcome back to the roller coaster that is the cryptocurrency markets. We are going to just get right into the price action today. We're sitting at 97,000. The market opened up kind of fairly neutral here. We tested up to some levels of resistance at close to 99,000, right up at 99,000. Got some resistance, and now we're kind of sitting at this pivotal level if we're going to decide to consolidate back down into another area of support, which was at 94,003. So this is what is happening with Bitcoin here. In the short term, if we're looking at the 4 hour, you can see that we're trying to hold the 20 SMA here on the 4 hour, and we're kind of just skirting around it. We broke down below it. If there's any other level that we could look at here that we could possibly go down, if it's feeling a little more bearish than bullish, is 95.5. And if we can hold and we don't cross any more below here, then the next Bollinger Band level would be to get to 101,000, crossing the 99,000, $100,000 resistance. That is a pretty key resistance level that it's been created since we broke all-time highs going past 100K. So now we've just been skirting around this range here between 92 and 106, and we're just bouncing around. We're just bing bonging. We're just, we hit here, we went back down into the level. We tried to test up right here, got smacked down again. Then we actually tested when 109, and then we got smacked down right back down to the support level of 92,000. Now we're just sitting in the middle range, which is giving us some, it kind of almost goes into almost a no man's land. It can go either way when it starts to go into the middle range. I've kind of noticed that, where it's like once it goes into the middle, it's like who knows at this point. But the volume is kind of it's not very strong right now. It's looking a little bearish on the market open, about an hour past the market open. But some of the bullish news that's happening is we have the sovereign wealth fund. So, if you want to kind of get into what this means and how it can affect ultimately all of the markets, and of course, what are the crypto implications? So the sovereign wealth fund, traditionally, these are state-owned investment funds that invest in real and financial assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, precious metals, and increasingly now it's adding the cryptocurrencies. So the SWFs, the sovereign wealth funds, aim to stabilize the economy, save for future generations, and fund national projects. And so this Trump sovereign wealth fund was announced with an executive order. This fund aims for the U.S. government to use assets, potential tariff revenues to invest in various assets, including possible cryptocurrencies. The fund's creation would oversee for the Treasury and Commerce departments, with figures known for the support of cryptocurrencies like Howard Lutnick and Scott Bessent. So this is who, and then Howard Lutnick is when we found out from the Bitcoin conference in Nashville, like how bullish, they are on USDT and setting up, the stablecoin market, actually using, so it's bullish for USDT, the involvement with Howard Lutnick, and then the fact that he's part of the he's now the Secretary of Commerce. So they're going to implement all of this, a lot of money. So I guess it's like, to break this all down and say, okay, well, what is this going to do? Like, how is this going to pump my bags? Like, how is this going to pump my Bitcoin and Ethereum bags? Well, given that Trump's and his appointees now are interested in cryptocurrency, from the Trump, TrumpFi, World Liberty Financial, we have Trump setting up different registering different ETF names for different Bitcoin applications and different modalities to be able to purchase Bitcoin through different companies like the media company, the Trump media. So it's showing a trend that a lot of companies are going this direction. So they're really bullish right now. Let's see. Diversification, investing in cryptocurrency, diversify the fund's holdings, reducing risk through exposure to assets. What's kind of happening now is that we're pushing against these countries to basically, unload their debased currencies into, and also the United States dollar into the markets. But then what are they going to buy? So they're going to end up buying Bitcoin. Like we said, there's all this printed money. It's worthless at a point where they just keep printing it, and they have no other way of being able to escape it. The only way is by putting it into some type of investment, some type of fund, and or crypto. So Bitcoin now has proven through these strategies that this is where I think a lot of, if the countries are smart, they're going to go this direction, and then it's just going to send Bitcoin to $1 million per coin, because then it's happening on slivers, but on a massive scale that ends up being a giant piece of a pie. And there's only small, and speaking of the pie, Bitcoin has a limited supply of 21 million. So that's what is making this such a scarce thing, and why the price over time with the mechanisms of the four-year halving can make this go up. So this sovereign wealth fund actually has a lot of implications on the markets and what it can do with crypto. This is interesting. So strategic purchases like TikTok and beyond. Trump has mentioned the possibility of using this fund to acquire assets like TikTok, which could extend to crypto companies or significant stakes in blockchain projects, thereby directly influencing the cryptocurrency market. So that's wild too. So it's like the possibilities of this fund will ripple out, and it can be a cascading, effect where with the kind of push of tariffs, and then eventually coming to ultimately trading deals where they're like, all right, let's figure something out, so then we're not getting smashed, and then ultimately we figure out a deal where these countries can start paying us back our money, and then we can eventually abolish the IRS. We can abolish all of these things that basically Elon and the Department of Government Efficiency is starting to dismantle, which is so amazing. So we've talked about this, how the fact that Doge is being memed across the government in the United States right now, and is scaring these Democratic funded institutions and slush funds. They're being revealed right now, and they're shaking in their boots, and they're trying everything they can to make it seem like Elon Musk is trying to take over and take all the money, or like somehow take it and put it in some, take your grandma's Social Security and do whatever with it. But that's not the case. I think what's actually happening is that these people are so scared that the American people are going to finally find out that our money has been going to some ridiculous stuff. And some people have already been on this. We've known that to be the conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy theory. It is now going to be a proven fact. And they're so scared. They're like, no, you can't look at our books. You can't look at where your money is going. And we're like, yes, we can. That's the whole point. That is what the government needs to be accountable for, is like, if you're going to be taxing us and then sending billions of dollars over to whoever and not telling us where it's actually going to probably a lot of your pockets and your little foundations that you set up. So we're tired of it. So we want our money back. Ben Folds 5, baby. Want our money back. Give me my money back, you dirty politicians. So Chuck Schumer on Doge. The American people will not stand for an unelected secret group to run rampant through the executive branch. Being innovative is good. But Mr. Musk, this isn't a tech startup. These are public institutions. And Elon's like, he's mad that Doge is dismantling the radical left shadow government in full view of the public. This is our one chance to return power to the people from an unelected bureaucracy back to a democracy. Only with the support of you can this succeed. And it's true. because you can see how much they are being backed into a corner now because they're about to get exposed. Because really, if you flip what he just said, it's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what these people are doing. They have this whole slush fund set up, and they make it seem like it's going like you're gonna. It's always this is what they do. They go to your emotion and they make you feel like you're gonna kill. You're gonna make grandma suffer if you get rid of these institutions that have been just democratic slush funds for their parties and themselves. And they did it with COVID. They do it with all the social programs and all that stuff. They go, oh, we won't be able to do this. We won't be able to blah, blah, blah. Infrastructure will go down. And it's just like, they always try and pull on some kind of string to make you think that if you finally figure out that you don't need them, and the government can be ran very simply and efficiently into what the Doge Department of Government Efficiency is set up to even do in the first place, it shows that the brainwashing of some of the people that live in the United States has been very successful, because now these people are now angry that Elon Musk and his team are going in and doing a fine-tooth comb on the money that you're getting taxed on, and then it being sent around and you're getting mad about it. It's hilarious. So it just shows that there are some people that have been 100% successfully brainwashed to then fight for these people that are stealing their money. It's like, holy crap. So that's why cryptocurrency and actually blockchain in essence for this stuff is really important, because it's like at a point where there should be some type of transparency for where our funds are going for federal stuff, global trade and where actually like pooled funds are going. That should be 100% like on the blockchain. You should be able to see where that crap is going, because if you don't, these little slime balls will take it. They will take it. They will 100% take it. And they're not going to use it for things that you would actually vote on and like. If you really knew what it was probably going for. So the same people terrified of Doge wanted to hire 87,000 additional IRS agents to audit you. To basically charge you money to do a tax return, to tell them what they already know you owe them, but you still have to do the form. But if you fill the form out wrong, then they can audit you, and then then it's a type of way that they can try and like bring you to court and put you in jail. If you don't send the forms to them that they already know the number that you owe them, but you need to tell them. If you don't tell them the right number, then you're screwed. It's so crazy. It's wild. But yeah, so Ozzy said this is going to end up to be a super cycle. It will be, but man, I tell you what, it's been really shaky, because look at this range. I mean, it's terrible. It's just been chopping. Look, it's been chopping from 92 to 106. It's just like now this is our 69K. It was like, remember guys, if we go back down, we were doing this somewhere for forever. Yeah, it was right here. We were just like, we just kept going up and down and up and down and up and down. And we were like, when is it ever going to stop? We just wanted it to do something, because every time we felt like we were going to break out, we got brought back down again. We were going to break out. We got brought back down again. So it's kind of doing the same. It's just doing that. Luckily, it's not going this direction, because that would bring more pain. Like if we were to start doing that, that means we would be then now going back down to like these prices again. Headband, because I'm an idiot. That's why. Because I am naive and I'm a fool and I think that any moment it's gonna break out. And I would hate to be in a short. That I'm telling, I don't know why. I'm always so afraid to be in a short because then that's the moment that the market would say, oh, Dano got into a short. Let's make it go 100% the opposite direction. I'm about to reverse myself. I'm about to reverse trade myself. It's always funny when you start to get to that point where you're like, wait, should I just like do the complete opposite of what my initial reaction is to do? And maybe I'll just counter trade myself. There's a hilarious meme of that, and I think it's using Wojak or Ponky. Jordan said, not gonna lie, I'm short. Yeah, basically right now, the fact that it broke down a little bit. Let's see. I was watching, Headband said he's watching Fartcoin, Skibbity, Griffin, and Hood bleed to oblivion, and hopefully sometime this month I can get a nice entry. Yeah, Griffin got hit pretty hard. I was surprised at how heavy some of the Solana coins got hit, especially the ones that were trading pretty strong. Yeah, Griffin was one of them that got it looked like it was starting to really pick up some speed, and then it just got smashed. Like, see right here, like it started to go. It was like, okay, let's start pick up some speed, and then it just went right back down where it started. So starting to push back up, yeah, it was just kaplow. You had one chance right here, and if you were trying to do an in and out strategy, or if you're trying to trade it, that was a quick move. And this is kind of what happened with a lot of the altcoins. This is right here where a lot of the altcoins probably did this. It just went boom, and then it had a quick recovery, and then now here's your chance again. And it might even go lower, because a lot of these coins are going to be relying on the movement of Solana. And if Solana is going to, if it's going to pick up some speed, if it's going to not get fully it just gets super oversold. Like it just got oversold heavy right here. And it's still getting sold. Like it feels like they want to bring it to the support level at 186. It looks like they're trying to do that right now. The market's getting swamped. Yeah. I mean, everything is getting cooked. Oh yeah, and you have to always remember that is what I think a lot of what these, if you remember Murad's talk, I say Murad, it's Murad, however you want to say it. If you remember his talk that he gave, he explained that the best thing that what these meme coins provide is a fair launch, in a sense that like 99% of the supply is burnt. There's like a very small amount of the supply left, like 1% that is either, it could be multi-sigged, or it's locked, or whatever. It's renounced, contract renounced. If the meme is like that, and it doesn't have all of these unlock periods like we were just reminded of, like, oh yeah, all of these altcoins will have an unlock period for these VCs and people that got in early, and they're most likely going to sell those tokens, and that's what can dump the chart. It adds more tokens into the supply, into the circulation, and then it dumps, because they're selling it. So they're either keeping a portion, they could be selling it all. And so with the memes, it's kind of less likely to do that because of the nature of there's no unlocks. It's kind of just like everyone kind of has a fair chance. Whales get in, that's the whale's chance. A shrimp, a whatever, a guppy, fish, dolphin. It's whoever's getting in at whatever price gets the price that they get. And that could be why the meme super cycle for some of these coins that have good communities that the chart can actually have a good standing chance, better than the altcoins that are pumped up vaporware, whatever, early VC'd unlock coins. So that's kind of what the whole meme super cycle is all about, and what the community coins and the meme coins are all about, if it can check off all those boxes. So not all of them are equal. Not, you know, there's some that don't meet those requirements. We think one of them that I think meets that requirement is ticker Bitcoin. We've always admired the chart. Just a nice steady uptrend. Yeah. Oh, and there's something cool that happened. There's a lot of really great news today. You know, there's where is it? Yeah, Czech Republic is now signed a law removing the capital gains tax on Bitcoin after 3 years of holding. So if you can hold it for 3 years, you ain't getting taxed. So that can just bring about more of the hodl nature to Bitcoin for people in the Czech Republic. So if you're in the Czech Republic and you're holding Bitcoin, you're more incentivized to not sell it because of the capital gains tax. So if you can unjeet yourself in the Czech Republic, then we'll be good to go. But that's just going to start a trend. Like, Czech Republic is leading the way with legislation, just pro bullish Bitcoin, might end up with other cryptocurrencies as well. But then also we're looking for America to announce something very similar for all of the American-based companies to not have capital gains tax as well, and that would be something like Ondo, and there's the Ondo Summit is actually happening right now. And they just announced that they're going to be releasing their own blockchain, their own layer. And it's going to be to facilitate real world assets and tokenized assets for this blockchain. So this is going to be pretty big. So if you're into the RWA stuff, then Ondo, probably want to keep that on the radar. Berachain, that's also something. If we're talking about chains that have been released, Berachain and also the token has launched, and it launched at a pretty big valuation. The market cap is at $1 billion already, so pretty substantial. So Berachain is involved in helping Harry Potter Obamasonic 10 Inu with their blockchain called Blockchain. So you'll be able to hold the ticker Bitcoin on blockchain and use it as the gas fee. And you can also build on it. So it's just going to be all these different ecosystems that have opportunities for us to explore, possibly, develop, farm, whatever it may be. And so, yeah, Bera was listed on Binance right off the bat, Bybit, OKX. So it's listed on some major exchanges. It's also on OURBIT. So we have links in the description if you guys want to get some exposure into Berachain. So really cool. No, I know. Yeah. So it is good to let the market bleed, but it's just like what I keep getting frustrated with is like, how many times is it going to like bleed? Like it just keeps fake bouncing, and then it just bleeds even more. So I think that's what keeps frustrating me, is that it'll just bleed, and then it fake pumps, and then it bleeds again. Because I think the market makers and the exchanges know that we're all anticipating a major pump. So then we're going long. We're just like but we're just gambling at this point. Like, I think if we were to look at the leverage, like liquidation points, like the liquidation heat map, look at the liquidation map. There's probably so much 100x leverage trade, 50x leverage trades. Like, I'm doing it right now because I'm just like, I think we've all lost so much money just trying to trade this thing probably, and we're down so much that I think a lot of people right now are being very impatient, which is true. I think the market psychology right now is we're impatient, we're so tired of it, we want the thing to go, so we're putting in higher leverage, we're risking a little bit more because we don't want to miss the run. And I get it, because I'm feeling that too. Like, I'm feeling the FOMO, I'm feeling those things that we try our best to not get manipulated on, because it's all noise at the end of the day. You know, we could be more patient and just like not make these types of moves, but it's just the reality of what's happening. We're all being very impatient, and it shows in the market. Because look, if the market got liquidated, and it said 2 billion, but everyone that has done the true depths of like how much was liquidated in the markets over the past couple of days, it was like 2 to 3 to 4 times worse than the FTX crash. It actually was worse than that in the COVID crash. So we actually got probably liquidated like $8 billion to $10 billion probably, like across the markets. Crazy amount. So that means that everyone is like high going in. They're just like, they're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, so if any patterns that we're looking at, I guess if we wanted to look at the daily, you could make the case that this, I don't know if you would call that a short soul right now. I was gonna say my trade probably already got completely smashed. Yeah, I think they're just ready to. They could be trying to give us max pain again, because they see us wanting to, like, we keep getting all of this bullish news. This is why I think this market has been so manipulated this cycle, is because we get bullish news and then the market dumps. It's so weird. Like, before, in different markets, when bullish news broke, the price at least like pumped or something, and it reacted accordingly. But right now, there's this weird freaking thing that's happening, that bullish news is breaking it's like everything that we've ever wanted from previous cycles is breaking in the news, and the market is like the opposite. It just goes down. And so it's just, so this is why I think people have been getting chopped up so hard with this market, because they're trying to trade on it like they were in the previous markets, and it's just like it's not working. So we'd have to like kind of switch it up here and figure out, okay, let's not even pay attention to the news. Like, screw the news. Like, we know what's coming down the pipe. So at this point, it's like, maybe we should just stop paying attention to the news and pay attention to where the money is going and where the price is and where previous support had been. Oh, for Crow? Yeah, so, well, see, Crow is just like any other altcoin. Crow is just like any other altcoin. It's going to react to the market just like what's happening right now. Like, Bitcoin's going down, the market reacts, and it does a thing. There's only going to be like a few coins that will be performing well on like the market being terrible. surprisingly right now, I was like looking at it, XYO is up 12% on the daily while everything else is getting destroyed. But I don't have any answer for that. I know there's a lot of like bullishness on XYO, like I've explained. Like I've made videos on it. They have a layer 1 coming out as well. They have a partnership, I think, like really like a legit partnership with Tesla that they're going to announce. There's a possible Binance listing. So I mean, yeah, so this could be why this is up against everything else. I mean, look at everything else is down like hard, but this is up 12%. So there are some anomalies when Bitcoin and Ethereum are just looking like trash. What could they be doing? Well, it looks like they're really ranging us. Like I said, you know, we test the range, and if we can't hold it, it looks like it just brings us down. We test the range. This was our last test right here at 102 rejection, and it looks like it wants to bring us right back to 92. And it would make sense that, like, okay, if there's going to be all these countries that want to make a sovereign wealth fund or a whatever fund, a Bitcoin strategic reserve, a reserve fund, a stockpile, whatever you want to call it, because that's what's hilarious. Everyone's been like, it's not a reserve, it's a stockpile. No, it's just a fund. No, it's a reserve sovereign hedge ETF. It's like, whatever, it doesn't matter. The whole point is that people are going to want to get Bitcoin cheaper. They want OTC, whatever they're going to try and get. And these exchanges are 100% manipulating the prices to where they're like, sure, we'll get you a 92 order filled. We'll get you a 92 order filled for sure. Yeah, so, well, it's interesting because the dollar is also kind of crap too. It's still the strongest currency in terms of fiat currency, but it's no better than any other currency in terms of like it's the same. It's just printed paper, so it's just at a point where you just keep printing it. Keeps getting worse. So any of that fiat cash that other countries have, if they hold the dollar and they hold their own currency, or they have a sovereign wealth fund where they're holding different currencies, or they're holding whatever they have, they're probably going to take most of that currency and put it into something like Bitcoin. So no matter what, the currencies themselves will I don't know what will happen, to be honest. So it's like we just have to see what happens, because we've seen when the M2 money supply. So when the M2 money supply starts to go up, that means that countries all around the world that have fiat currency banks and central banks are printing money, and they're injecting, then it's going up. And then what they do is they take that and then they disperse it in all the stuff that can get them a return on the printed money that they just freshly printed. And so this is what is going to happen, and ultimately what has caused the cycles of market trends and market breakouts on the 4-year halving cycle of Bitcoin, and also with the presidential election. So we've shown a chart before where it basically just breaks that down and shows you a trend of the 4-year cycle since 2012 of whoever, doesn't matter who was president, even if it was Democratic or Trump for the 4 years, we still had from the bottom of where the halving happened, it ticking up in an uptrend. But still volatility. It's not just like one god candle going up, but it does have a natural progression to the upside, because they just keep increasing the money supply of a fiat cash, and they know that if they keep doing that, it's just like there's nothing else in the world that has had been created to preserve this and a way out of their own thing that they created that they know won't last. So it's like they created the thing, and and this is why there is a big conspiracy that Satoshi is part of the government in some type of way, because this was, if you're so on the inside and you know that, like, look, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to, like, this will eventually explode. Something has to be created for the world, so not even just for the United States, but or the U.S. government, or if you think it was like a U.S. government psyop or like some type of, intertwined government involvement with Bitcoin. But either way, it proves that it doesn't matter who's buying it. There's no borders control of who can be involved in Bitcoin, because it's a global participation. So it's whoever's mining it and sending transactions and facilitating, or, and just buying it and selling it or sending it, then that's it. But yeah, the right now we're in that phase where it's just like this sucks. I mean, look, this is like, because here, this is like, what's happening. You're like, look, we're breaking out. We broke out. We're just going up. It just keeps going. From November all the way up into this point, we were just breaking out. So this is a way easier chart to trade when you're in this type of structure, like when it's just going like this, when it's just like going. But when it's doing this sucks. This is awful. This is what gets people wrecked. It's just like bing bong in. This is why I know there's 100% some massive market manipulation happening right now, because this thing could have already sent. I mean, this thing could have sent to 150, 160. This thing could have just flown already. This thing could have popped. But you can see here, we've hit below this level, this 92 level, 1, 2, 3 times now. And we're kind of eyeing, I guess, for a 4th time of it going back into a range. And just, we have to, time will tell. I guess it's just DCA and call it a day. Don't try and trade this right now until we can actually establish some support, full support with real volume, not fake stuff. We've been fake. This is all fake. Any support that happened here was all fake to get us to go long and then smash us right back down. We could probably look at the whale orders right now and see that there's probably were so many like big sell orders that were coming in at certain prices, and look at all of the buys that are coming in for these lower prices. Oh yeah, and Aussie is true. Said we'll be looking back soon and laughing our ass off why we didn't buy more. Could be very right. You could be very right. You guys, make sure you hit the like button. This is kind of what's happening across the markets. Some more news. MicroStrategy drops the micro. So MicroStrategy, because they are building software with Microsoft and, using, basically, different, they were building software in the 90s. So I'm sure they were very Microsoft based. So I'm sure that's probably where it came from, the micro strategy. Very technical, but then they're like, look, hey, we got the strategy. The strategy is Bitcoin. So they dropped the micro from the name after record BTC buying quarter. So end of an era. Let's see. Dubai to host the second edition of Middle East Blockchain Awards as MENA drives global crypto growth. So a lot of action of crypto incorporated stuff in the United Emirates. So that's cool. Let's see. Crypto analyst says altcoins may take 2 months to recover. See, no movement for Bitcoin after latest Eric Trump plug. Yeah, so the Trump family, they're just they were plugging ETH. They're like, it's a good time to buy ETH. It's a good time to buy Bitcoin. And then like those say, like anytime you think it's going to be bullish news and then you're like, I'm gonna long, or, or you try and trade the market just chops you. It just immediately reverses on you and just goes the opposite direction. It's been a brutal chop. So what we were trying to do is distract ourselves with other things. So luckily we do have something really cool that came in the mail today, and it just gets us even closer and closer and closer to this thing that I want to show you guys. And you'll be shown soon enough, but I'm really stoked to show you, because it's something that I've had in my brain for the past like 2.5, probably like 2.5 years. I'd say for real 2.5 years. I've been like, I gotta do this. I don't know why this hasn't been done, and I've been like, what the hell? I mean, I gotta do it. Like, I gotta do it before someone else does it before me. You ever feel like you're like, I gotta do this before someone else does this before me, and if I see someone else do it, you're gonna like lose it. This is one of those things. This is like exactly one of those things. So I'm actually truly excited about it, and I'm yeah. I'm sure you guys have had that same feeling where you're like, that's just this thing, I gotta do it. But I'm telling you, that's the thing though. It has not been done. Like, I'm not even trying to be like market it up or like real, like, have falsified expectations, but I'm dead serious. I was surprised. So this is why I think if I just do it, I know something will develop out of it, and it'll be super cool. Casey Jones said, I subscribed so I could ask you about XYO. Nice. So XYO, I've been super bullish on XYO for a while, and for a lot of reasons. It was the first coin that I discovered like as a ERC20 token. It was the first one that I mined like using a crypto app. So you got the Coin app. You can actually mine XYO with the Coin app. I have a referral on some of my videos about XYO, so if you want to check that out. But the price though, like I mentioned, it's the only, I wouldn't say it's not the only altcoin, but it's one of the stronger altcoins right now that isn't getting smashed like right now. Like, it actually held up pretty strong on the daily. Like, it's up 11% against a lot of the things that are, got hit pretty hard. So in terms of price, it's holding up really strong. So that's good. Let's see. So your question, what do you project XYO to be worth by the end of 2025? Okay, so that's a good question. So I have a lot of thoughts on where I think this thing could go. if we go by the daily, if we just look at the daily, this is the low. I think 14 cents and 23 cents. We have these two ranges. We have a 23 cent range, we have a 14 cent range, but the in the short term here, like, because I'm looking at like fib, I'm looking at like the fib numbers here, like what it would show me if like the potential. We're breaking out of this bull flag. Like, we've had two different kind of bull flags that have happened, and a larger consolidated one here that broke out. So you can see that every time it's done these patterns, it does a really nice breakout, kind of consolidation. So it does, at least it's showing a trend here, showing a trend of upside. But this is important to note. On November 2021, last cycle, it basically it was one of the better performing Ethereum coins. Like, it went up 1,000%. So from its bottom, I think it was like, because this is on Coinbase, so whenever it was like in its early phase, it went up a lot. Like, it was a big move. It had a lot of time to consolidate during the bear market, and some projects just withered and died like hard and didn't build anything. But the thing that I like about XYO is that they've been building and doing all the stuff on the back end. They're like the original DPIN project in terms of geo data mining and data protection, privacy, establishing nodes, building in, like, you can establish your own any type of node inside of the operating system. They have an operating system. There's all kinds of stuff. So it's like, and the partnerships that they're getting, the price action's good. Whenever Ethereum finally does something, this is one of the coins that starts to go. And I feel like the fact that it's even doing strong against Ethereum and against Bitcoin right now, whilst everything is getting smashed and everything was going down, this coin is one of the more underrated coins, and people will start to talk about it, and it's not even over a $300 million market cap. And we've seen these memes get to $1 billion market cap. So I think XYO is a like $5 billion market cap type of coin. So it's going to get the Binance listing. It's going to have an official announcement with the Tesla partnership, with the nodes being inside of the Teslas. It's just huge. The layer one, they'll probably have the layer one where you can actually use the layer one network on exchanges. So then you can send in and out XYO using the layer one, just all kinds of stuff. So you're still early. Like, under $1 billion market cap is massively early. All it takes is just a pretty decent DCA'd bag. You get a couple K in here, you manage to get a couple K in something that's undervalued like this. It doesn't even have to be this. If you have something else that you think is undervalued the same way that I just explained this, and you have this same type of explanation on another coin, that you do the same thing. Because if you have it backed up and you see it, you see the potential, you see how the chart is, it's very similar, you do the same thing. You can say, all right, I'm going to get a couple $1,000s into this coin at these levels, knowing that if it even gets to the all-time high, you're getting a 400, 500% return on your investment. And you don't have to chase a meme. You don't have to chase any new thing. This is just an established thing that survived the chaos. That's the most important thing. Did your project and thing that you've been studying, did it survive the multiple black swans, the chaos, just the sheer carnage that happens in crypto? And that's why people believe in Dogecoin so much. Like, that's why people still like look at Doge as just like this armored meme because it's been able to survive through like a lot of stuff, you know, and since its inception. And then that's kind of, you know, and I look at Pepe like that. I'm like, okay, Pepe has now been able to kind of survive the chaos, the carnage of coming out of that, the memes, the birth of the meme cycle to even be a cycle, to even be a mention of a narrative of a meme cycle. Pepe started it. And it still has continued to now carry the flag because it's up, you know, as the undered meme under Shiba Inu, which is under Doge, because if you go by the hierarchy of memes in terms of market cap, it goes Doge, Shib, and Pepe. And then under Pepe, what's the next one that is a meme that's right under Pepe would be, we're just looking at like market cap. Barachain, crazy that got up it launched so high. So we're gonna have to really get into more into Barachain. Floki. So pretty interesting. All right, so let's see. Imagine if Trump reinstates the tariffs next month. He said they are only on pause. XRP, XLM, chaos. Oh, XLM. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. Casey Jones says, I got to get back to work. Hope you have a great day. Yeah, I hope you have a great day as well. I see in your profile picture you have looks like you have is that a new baby? Looks like you have a new baby, a little squish. So enjoy the little squish. The little squish baby. At least that's what it looks like. Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on. The market is just, it's doing the thing. But look at XYO. XYO, it's just going. And this is why I like to keep it set, because like I don't have very many coins on my list. Like this is kind of what I've been looking at. I've been looking at Brett, Zeus, Athena, ENA, Ticker Bitcoin, Floki, Pepe, Crow, like some of the DEX tokens like Radium, Shib, Aave, Orca, Sands. We got a little bit of the metaverse stuff in here. Cardano, XRP, AVAX, HBAR. And some of these we're not even holding. Like some of these we're not even holding, but we still just like to use it. We like to chart them. But then about half of this list that we're actually holding. We like to look at the ETH chart. Obviously, we got the Sol chart. We love looking at Litecoin. Litecoins are, like we said, our metric of, you know, we know if Litecoin is getting up here, we got to start taking some profits. You know, really actually start taking some profits. All the different Bitcoin charts. Oh, and this is one that I've been like, what the heck? This thing has been crushing it. Ohm, I just like, Ohm is, I feel like Caspa. Like everyone was just crushing it on Caspa. They got Caspa super early and Caspa just started running. And you were like, when should I buy Caspa? It's too late. And then the moment that you thought it was too late, it runs up again another 100%. And you're like, this is what's happening to me with Ohm, where I'm like, okay, I'll buy, okay, all right, I think I'm going to buy some now. Okay, I think I'm going to buy some. No, it's already ran too much. And I was like, right here. No, it already ran too much. Zoom. No, it already ran too much. Zoom. And then it just starts to go up again. Another 50%. I'm like, what is going on? So this is an RWA coin as well. So it's just showing that the RWA space is really bullish right now. RWA stuff. And so real world assets, look at Ondo, heavily involved in that. But things are just getting crushed. Everything got wicked. Everything got smashed. Look. That's big money. That's big money doing that. It's not like every bearish person in the world that is just is just us over here and the small guys were like, let's all just sell. No, it was the that was totally market manipulation. Like when you see wicks like this is like a collective effort of whales and exchanges going, dump it. Cardano smashed right back into this range really fast, and it looks like it could just trade right back into it. We marked this box because this is the kind of a sweet spot. Like if you know Cardano in this box right here, and if anything in this price or close to it is good, could be good support. You can see it went in there, just touched into there, just went boop. A lot of the altcoins did that, touched into these ranges right here where it previously had broken out. So it's just a market flush. We're getting a reset, market flush reset, and you're either trading and getting smashed all the way up until the point where it can finally find a bottom, or you're shorting this. But also that is dangerous as well. Doesn't matter how low you think it can go, or if it does go low, it does not still take off the risk that like the market will just decide to then something super breaking news, something we weren't expecting, and it being bullish, and all of a sudden it just starts to break out and run. This is what this is the time trajectory of the market of what's going to happen in March and April. Is where this price box here. It's very similar to if you're looking at the weekly chart here. This is what we've done in the past. So we're just kind of waiting to do that same market structure here to complete the next phase of the banana zone. This would be the next phase of the banana zone. Price target, I think, would be conservative to say that going past March, we would be halfway up this range going to $158,000. So that would establish us into a brand new market structure. It would be from where we're sitting at right now. It wouldn't be like it really wouldn't be a crazy move. I mean, it wouldn't be that crazy for Bitcoin to go up 60% in the next 2-3 months. Yeah, everyone wants the Band-Aid ripped off. They want the pain. They just like rip the hairs out, pull the leads. We got to run out of this emergency room and hit the train. But yeah, I think that like going into March and April, from what we've seen, what we showed you guys previously, like we used the ETH chart to show you what can happen once the manipulation stops, and we can do this. Like we did this before in January, at the end of January and March, we had a massive run, and now we're in February 6th. It was around the 5th or 6th where this happened, where it started to, but it took some bearishness for it to get there. So this is why I think they're just going to get it to a point, and then they'll let it go. But we're going to get rocked a couple times probably in the process, and we're going to have to just deal with that. Know that that's the ride. We're on Thunder Mountain. You're going to get shaken up a little bit. But ETH starts to actually really go, then we'll be good. Maybe we'll check the ETF. Let's check the ETF far side and see if even anything is flowing into this ETF, or if they've just been selling. Are they buying? They buy it all yesterday. They didn't buy it all yesterday. There was just selling. They just sold, and there was no buying, but we did have BlackRock buying some ETF of Ethereum, 276 million. So that's pretty decent. But yeah, nothing like what is flowing into BTC. So what we've said is that I think what's truly going to send ETH, because no retail and people aren't flooding, like normies aren't going low, let me go buy some ETH. They're not doing that. No regular person that's not involved in crypto is just gonna let me go buy some ETH. No, they're not buying ETH. If they're not even buying Bitcoin, they're not buying ETH. Institutions are buying the ETH. So the institutions are going to be buying the ETH, and it's going to be through the modalities to serve the ETF. So once the ETH ETF starts to see like a daily inflow with all of these, like Fidelity, Bitwise, ARK, Invesco, all that stuff, you go to the ETH. It's similar. BlackRock, Fidelity, Bitwise, 21 shares, VanEck. It's, very similar companies. They're going to want the same inflows. ETH is going to get the same inflows, and I think that is actually what is going to trigger the ETH run to 5K and break all-time highs. And then retail will buy when it's like up here. They'll start teasing it. Then it might start, some interest, some more interest, kind of like it was in 2021. People were buying ETH on Robinhood, and that was one of the options. It's always like, you can get Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin. It's like a list of the Venmo coins, or the PayPal coins, or the Cash App coins. Yeah, man, XYO is doing really good. It's going up even more on the bearishness of the market. So crazy. This thing is just like, this is doing really well. Yeah, price target for XYO, I think we are going to be heading to 4 cents here pretty soon. We're going to blast up to 4 cents, which from here be 139% move to the upside. I think we're probably going to be due for a breakout here. Then we're going to hit 8 cents as the old all-time high, which we're not that far off from. We're really not that far off from it. So yeah, 4 cents was the previous test. 4 cents, break that. We'll be crushing 8 and then to 15 here pretty soon. I can feel it. So that would be a 690% move to the upside, hitting 15 cents. I think 15 cents is I'd say that's pretty easily attainable. Very strong feelings on that one. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to get a little bit of some work done. Like I said, I had something really cool come in, so I'm really excited to get that ready. And it gets me a little bit closer and closer to showing you guys what I have. Really stoked. All right, thank you so much. Make sure you guys are reposting this. Hit the heart on X, repost if you're watching on X. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell, hit all, so then you get notified so you can tune in. And yeah, just really appreciate you guys coming in today and interacting, giving me your thoughts and your prayers for the trades in the market. And I will give you my thoughts and prayers also for you and your family, and also for your bags and your trades. So sending at all the good vibes for us to stay in this market, not get shaken out, because they're gonna keep trying to give us max pain. And you know, like we've said and showed you here today, it's not going to be easy, guys. You know, no one ever said it was going to be easy for us to hold Bitcoin or get into crypto, especially in the nature of what's happening right now. So don't give yourself a hard time. I've been caught up with, you know, recently with maybe giving myself too much of a hard time. And really, guys, it's okay. Like, even if this is your second cycle, first cycle, third cycle, whatever it is, like, it's just still new. Like, it's still a new thing. It's only been 13, 14 years old at this point. So it's all good. Like, if we can we'll be all good. I think we give ourselves give ourselves a hard time. So give ourselves some credit that we're in this market to begin with, that we're even trying to give ourselves a chance, you know? Like, we're taking the risk. We're trying to strive for something better. So, and I think through that we'll be rewarded. I think if we really think about it in that way, like, we will be rewarded. So, yeah, I put that out there for you guys. I put that out there for ultimately, you know, just the whole space. Us taking this risk, man. But with that being said, get in the Discord, interact with all the stuff. Follow me on X at Dano Crypto 904. Make sure you guys are using all the links in the description. Best way that you can directly support the channel is by checking out those links in the description. And I'll just show you guys real quick. And we'll like our own stream. We got the OURBIT link, BLOFIN, KCEX, COINFLARE, and PHEMEX, all different, you know, basically every option you could think of. And these have great apps too. So all of these have really good apps that you can check out, that you can download on the App Store. And then you got the, you know, the usual suspects like crypto.com and Coinbase. And also, if you don't have a VPN yet, probably should consider getting a VPN. And also, if you have not bought your Bitcoin conference tickets for Las Vegas, I have a link. I should be promoting this more. If you use the offer code Dano and apply it, you will get 10% off. So let's put that actually in the chat full on, because I know you guys are going to be interested in going to the conference. It's going to be huge. It's going to be at the Venetian in Las Vegas. And I'm going to be there. So if you plan on being there, make sure you, come up to me if you see me. And we will meet officially. It'd be super cool. We loved that experience at Nashville. We met a lot of really cool people. So want to have that opportunity to do that again. And yeah. I will leave you guys to it. Again, God bless you. Peace. We'll see you on the next live stream. Bye-bye.